Going on, guys? Yeah, it's me again. I just got back from the theater. I went to see John Carter, and I'm here to give you my review of it. Um, just to start off with, okay, I love the movie. I liked it a lot. I thought it was very well made. But I'd like to preface this review by saying this movie is definitely not for everyone. Like, if you're an old school sci-fi fan like I am, like you're into the Star Wars, you're a Trekkie or an Alien fan, you're probably gonna like this movie. There's a good chance you will. If you're not, you might walk out of there with some mixed feelings. So, I mean, I saw the reviews and I was wondering why the movie was getting so many like negative reviews. It was like there was no middle ground. It was either like people loved it or people thought it was really mediocre. And while watching the movie, I kind of understood why. Yeah, the movie is based on, if you don't know this already, it's based on a book written by Edgar Rice Burroughs in like the early 1900s. The book, I think it's called the Barsoom series. There are about 11 of them, 10 or 11, I'm not sure. And this one is, I think, is based on the first one. And this series is like the granddaddy of all sci-fi novels, and it's called The Princess of Mars, and that's what this movie was based on. It's directed by Andrew Stanton, and if you don't know him, he directed like three of what I consider to be like the best animated movies of all time. He did Finding Nemo. He directed what else was it? Wall-E, and the last one I think it was A Bug's Life. I'm not sure. So the guy has a bit of a he has a pretty good track record by my standards, and animation is not the same as live action, obviously, and I was interested to see how he would translate. The last Pixar director, Brad Bird, who went from animation to live action, did a pretty banging job when he did a Ghost Protocol. So I was hoping Stan could kind of like walk in his footsteps a little bit. So yeah, about the movie. First of all, I want to talk about like the visuals. The cinematography in this thing is off the charts. The movie looks great. The CGI is perfect. The aliens look so believable. I mean, as believable as you can get when you think about four-armed, green horned aliens, but they look really good. The scope of this movie is it's large. The vehicles and the flight equipment they use in this thing, it's pretty insane. It kind of reminds you a little bit of like Star Wars, but the design is just different enough so that you're able to like live with it. What else? Yeah, like I said, the scale of this movie is pretty good. The fight scenes are pretty amazing, and everything just flows along. Nothing looks completely out of place, if you know what I mean. They did a really great job with the lighting, and I think it's just a pretty bang up job in terms of like visuals and cinematography. So the movie just looks absolutely great. The story, this is where people have a problem with it. If you have not read the book or have no idea, if you come in completely blind as to what the movie's about and what it's based off of, you will probably find yourself a little bit confused at some point. The plot got pretty convoluted at some point, and you could tell. I could tell by looking at the people around the theater. Some people just did not know exactly what was going on. I mean, it's not overly complicated. It's the basic. You can follow the basic story, but as far as like the intricacies of it, I could see where people might have a problem with it, and it starts off a bit slow. You're not really given that much of a backstory to John Carter. I mean, it tell you a few things about him, but for the most part, he just appears and he's like a ex-Confederate. He's like a really decorated warrior, and it just goes from there. So it doesn't really flow smoothly, if you know what I'm saying. As far as the acting itself, Taylor Kitsch, he does a pretty decent job in my opinion. For his first really big role as a leader man, I think he did a pretty solid job. It wasn't great, but at the same time, I'm not gonna give him crap for it. He was pretty convincing. He had just enough charisma to pass things by. Lynn Collins, who I have a massive crush on, by the way, played Deja Thoris, and she was okay. It was she seemed a little stiff at some points, but nothing I can't forgive. And they had good chemistry in my opinion, and it worked. As far as the supporting actors, none of them really had that meaty of a role to really immerse themselves in. The best I could say was Willem Dafoe as Tars Tarkus, and he did a pretty good job. He was, I think, out of all the supporting characters, he got like the meatiest role. Ciaran Hinds, Mark Strong, Dominic West as the villain. They got some time to shine, but just not enough. There was not enough depth there for their characters for you to just actually care about them, if you know what I mean. But all in all, cast wise, I think it was a pretty. I think they did a pretty solid job. The script did not give a lot of enough room to operate, but I think they did the best with what they were given. So the one thing I would say though about Taylor Kitsch, in a movie like this where you have like one human among like a bunch of like aliens, you have to almost have to have some kind of like you need to have like a really good screen presence, and I don't know how to explain this. It's not quantitative; it's just something that sticks out. Actors like Brad Pitt, let's say Denzel Washington, and for actresses maybe I'll throw Meryl Streep in there. They have a certain combination of acting skills and charisma that just enables them to like dominate the screen. I don't know how much sense that makes, but like when they're on there, you can't take your eyes off them, and they're completely and utterly the only thing you're concentrating on. And for a movie like this, I feel like the main character needs to have that kind of charisma. I call it that Hugh Jackman factor. He's just once he's on the screen, he like completely owns it. And I don't think Taylor is there yet. He might be I don't know, in a couple of years. And I want him to pick better projects because his next movie is like Battleship, and in my opinion, that looks god awful. Okay, take that. Sorry about sidetracking there, but yeah, I think with a little more work, he can get there. He definitely has the chops for it. So that's what it looks like acting wise. So yeah, I think that's all. That's really all I have to say about the movie. I liked it a lot. I'll probably go see it again, and it's a fun ride. It's a lot of fun. It's not a perfect movie. It's not a classic by any means, but if you're looking for just a nice, fun time, just a good old sci-fi romp, I would recommend this movie a lot. I would recommend it. It was great. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, there's my review. I hope you guys like it. I probably went on a bit too long. I think I went on for about 10 minutes there. I didn't expect it to be that long, but yeah. I guess I'll see you next time. I'm gonna go see 21 Jump Street. Just getting a lot of good reviews, which surprising me, but whatever. I'll go see it. I'll be seeing you guys in the following weeks. Reviewing all the movies I go see. Let me know what you think, your comments, all that, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.